Kelly Hubert, and this video is for parents who are not able to make it to parent night or just didn't make it to the Spanish class. Again, my name is Kelly Hubert and I'm your student 6th grade Spanish teacher. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and then we'll get into what you can expect from 6th grade Spanish. I grew up in Rochester, Minnesota and went to Luther College where I got a bachelor's in psychology and Spanish. Afterwards, I went to St. Mary's University and got my master's in instruction and then came to Orono. I taught for 7 years at the high school and this is my 4th year at the middle school. I live in Plymouth with my family, my husband Matt, and 3 kids, Addison, Isaac, and Sienna. I love to travel. Travel is really what has ignited my passion in languages. These are some of the countries that I have traveled to, and we will do our best to focus also this year on culture and the places where these languages are, where the Spanish language is spoken. In 6th grade Spanish, we do meet for 1 day per week. I do not see the students every day. I see them 1 day and it's the same hour that they have physical education. So I'll see them for 47 minutes a week. If they have Wednesday Spanish, then I will see them on Wednesdays only. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday they will be in physical education class. They will report directly to me on their Spanish day during that period. They don't need to check in at the gym first. They'll come directly here so that we can take full advantage of the 47 minutes. On their schedule, it should have a letter after the word Spanish, which represents the day of the week. So if it says M, they come on Mondays, T, they come on Tuesdays, etc. We do meet all year long, so they will be with me their day of the week the entire year, and we will try to get about 4 units in. That's 1 per quarter. We will, at the beginning of the year, be doing some introduction and review. For some of the students, it is going to be review. It's going to be a review of what they've learned the last several years of their 1 day a week Spanish class here at Orono Schools. We do, however, have a lot of new students this year, and so I'll be doing my best to try and assess and figure out where those students are. For some, it is going to be brand new. They haven't had any Spanish before, so when they walk in the first day and they hear me say, "Hola clase, bienvenidos a la clase de español, me llamo Señora Hubert," they're going to get scared. They're going to feel nervous and overwhelmed, and I want you to reassure them that they will be fine, and I will get them to a point where they feel comfortable and will continue progressing in their own level. Likewise, there are several new students who are coming from immersion schools or who speak Spanish in the home, and so this is all going to be a review, and I will do my best to try and use our personal learning devices to find ways to challenge them so that they can continue growing this year as well. Each unit will have about 6 to 8 standards. They are assessed on each standard individually, and though the progress of the mastery of those standards is recorded in online learning or Moodle. I will also be recording some things in SchoolView so that you have a way to see things at home. Online learning or Moodle is really intended for your students. You can definitely ask them to open up their grade book and show it to you. But I will also try and put things on SchoolView, which I think is more regularly checked by parents, so you can kind of check their progress. But if at any time you have questions about how your student is doing, please email me. For formative assessments, this is kind of daily work, things that we'll be doing in class. We will do a ton of speaking practice. Every student will have a chance to speak Spanish in front of the class in the first 2 weeks of school, and then that will continue throughout the year. Some of them will be very, very nervous, but I will reassure them they will do just fine, and I think it'll be a great experience. A lot of my formative assessments are just kind of checks to see how students are doing. Like I said, we've got a wide range of abilities in here, from students who've never heard Spanish to students who are already speaking fluently. So I will do my best throughout those daily observations to try and give kids challenges where they need them. For summative assessments, there's one big test at the end of each unit. It will focus on all of the standards in that unit and the different communication modalities, so it'll focus on listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And they can retake these tests. If a student is not happy with their score, they are able to retake it, and that's something that they can talk to me about, and I can work with them to get them to where they're happy with their score. So it definitely encourages them to come in and talk to me if they're not satisfied with their grade. On the report card, you will see a grade for this class after semester 1 and semester 2. You won't see a quarterly grade. There will not be a grade for quarter 1, and there will not be a grade for quarter 3. The reason is that I only see them 1 day a week. So for some students, by the end of quarter 1, there's 9 weeks in a quarter, I will have only seen them 9 times, and that's best case scenario. If your student is on a Friday, or we have like MEA and a couple other interruptions on Fridays, I won't see them that many times, and I don't think it's fair to give them a report card assessment grade at the end of quarter 1. So we do that at the end of quarter 2 and quarter 4, also known as at the end of semester 1 and semester 2. The grade that you will see is not like the grade in their other 6th grade core classes. You will not see an A, B, C, D, F grade. You will see a standards-based grade. So the highest grade being ES for exceed standards, a meet standards, this is where most students will be, is meet standards. PM partially meets standards, oops, sorry about that, and then DN does not meet standards. The supplies that they will need: a pencil, a pen, earbuds or headphones. I do have some from the school that they can use, so if your student does not have those, they certainly do not need to go out and purchase them. Most students prefer to use their own, but I do have some that they can use if they need them. A folder to keep handouts organized, and their personal learning device. The personal learning device is going to be crucial in this class. That is the best tool I have to meet the needs of all of the different learners in the class. So if you could remind them, they will be bringing that, and I'll remind them too, they'll be bringing that to this class. Some ways you can support at home. Remind them when it's a Spanish day. This is especially important at the beginning of the year. The kids will eventually get the hang of it, but in 6th grade, so many things are new. Kids are worried about so many different things, social things, trying to get fit in, their lockers, trying to find their way around the school. So if you can give them a little heads up, hey, your schedule says W, it's Wednesday, you have Spanish today, so instead of going to Phi Ed, you're going to go to Spanish class. Just the first couple of weeks to get them in the hang of that, I think it reduces some anxiety for the kids. When they get here the first week, we are going to use their personal learning devices. We'll log in, or we'll get them hooked up to my Google Calendar so they can get all of the assignment reminders, and then I'm going to have them set a reminder for Spanish class the night before. So hopefully that'll help a little bit, but any help you can do at home with that would be great. This next one, taking risks and making mistakes, is essential to growth. All of your students, like I said, are going to be speaking Spanish quite a bit in this class, and they're going to make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn. And so just encouraging them on that, and if your student ever does express frustration or they're feeling overwhelmed, please communicate that to me. That's something that I need to know. It's really helpful for me to know that, so I can make them feel more comfortable in the class. We do use online dictionaries instead of translators. Google Translate is not allowed. That's not their work. They're not changing their thoughts and ideas into Spanish themselves. So dictionaries are great for looking up individual words. If you see your students using Google Translate, try to not ask them not to do that. Encouraging students to use Spanish at home anytime they can outside of the classroom is great to reinforce what we are doing in class. And my website and Moodle are great resources. I know Moodle is mostly for the kids. I try to keep my calendar, well, my calendar is updated always on my website as well. And we'll do some extensions for extra work for students who meet the standards. And they can always use their handouts on homework. There's never a homework assignment where they can't look up a word. I encourage them to do that. Speaking of homework should not take more than 10 minutes, and that's once a week. So they should not have to do more than 10 minutes of Spanish homework outside of this class in a week. And the homework that I give is rote vocab practice. It's the kind of stuff that I don't want to spend too much time on in class, because in class I'd rather be doing conversation practice, having them hear the language spoken. And so this is kind of like the skill and drill vocab practice that kind of just needs to happen. So it's about 10 minutes a week that happens outside of class to reinforce what we are doing in class. I want every student to have a positive experience, and I'm here to help. So please let me know how I can help. If your student is communicating something to you and you think I should know, please email me. more information is better. I truly believe that information is power. When I know what's going on more with your student, if they have concerns, if they have fears, if there's something that they're really proud of, it's helpful for me to know that so I can help support that and make the classroom a better experience for them. Thank you so much, and I look forward to a great year with your student.